finally getting a really big tournament in South America to try to prove their worth. This is their chance to show us what they've got. It's going to be Overpass, and it's Havan Liberty starting on the T side.
Try peeking middle. With his USP early, shot comes whizzing past. The dust blooms up in his face, but he's going to drop back. In general, you'll see this 1-4 setup in the pistol round for the CT side. That mid player, you generally want him peeking, not really taking the fights, but falling back after gathering info. And 5 players out long here from Havan Liberty.
Keeping compact as a unit on the Havan Liberty side. They have 2 smokes at the ready, and those smokes are in their hands right now. Setting up into this A site where 9Z have 1 more man rotated up.
Ooh, and trying to get this early fight to go his way. Remix. There's the name that Blair was throwing around in the pre-match. We'll see if he can get anything done. DRG is the first to draw blood in the pistol round and try not getting anything at all. The defense not really showing up here, and they're down 2 players. They've conceded the site. There's not too much to get back in here. They have got the kit and the 1 smoke. The rest are on Kevlar. They really have to get some headshots going their way. And it's not looking so great for W1. He's been nailed from the backside, and Rock's coming in as well. We're back into a 3v3 in this post plant. Havan Liberty just hoping the positions are enough. There's a kit and there's a smoke, and that defuse is coming right through from Bit. He's sticking it right down to the final second. He steals away the round, and Havan Liberty, that is heartbreaking. They get all the kills, but the defuse is all that 9Z needed.
Wow, Bick just gets onto the bomb early while the fights are happening so that he can get a couple of seconds of that defuse in before they can start spamming at him. And he ends up winning the round off the back of it. But Dinko, they survive with a couple of players on the Havan Liberty side. They even save some Kevlar as well as that bomb plant. So this is a prime opportunity to try and come right back with the force buy. And they've realized that. They've got a couple of AKs, full rifles into this round for the Ts.
Yeah, you can't help but feeling over on this T side that was your pistol round. You should have been picking that one up, but they do get a very solid buy back in. Boot camp facility looks pretty good here for Havan Liberty. Looks like a nice chill place over there. We've been seeing some pretty nice boot camp facilities all over the shop. I think Heroic have had a really nice one recently. And Havan Liberty walking into B. Rocks for the MP9s, picked up 1 and traded back by DRG.
Early trade, but right now 9Z have 3 players stacked on B, and Max isn't even looking at A. They're pretty convinced this is going to be a B-sided play right now, but that's not the correct assessment. Havan Liberty are going all the way back to spawn, and those steps won't be heard. So Havan Liberty can start to gain some ground towards A, and now you're seeing Max realize he has to have a look up towards mid, but this isn't where Havan Liberty are going either. They're running all the way up long, and I don't think 9Z are going to expect this.
Oh no, no one's here apart from the 1 player deeper down, Max, with the FAMAS connector. W1's the only player over here for the T side. He's in the lion's den right now, but you know, the rest of his team are safe. And W1 going into con. Max is ready for that at least, but here comes the play. Bomb plant onto the site. They are a man down. That bomb plant already through. Havan Liberty, it's hard to look past them just to win out the round due to the amount invested here for 9Z and the lack of kit. The lack of utility, really, just a smoke and a flash to try and get back in for the retake, and so much control for the T side. They're deep in bank, not just with 1 player, but a second one there as well. So flushing out just even one of these players is difficult, but knowing that you have to try and get the second is just undoable here for 9Z, and they will lose the round. Havan Liberty, they go down in the pistol round, but they come back with a very strong force buy, and they will be finding themselves the equalizing scoreline of 1 apiece.
Quite a confident call made in this round by Havan Liberty. Ooh, DRG dying to the bomb. It's all good, though. Havan Liberty will go ahead and save those 2 guns they had remaining. A very confident call here, though. After getting a 1-for-1 trade on B to begin with, you do run the clock down quite low when you run up long like that, when you run all the way around the backside of the map. But the confidence in the call was correctly placed. Havan Liberty find a wide open A bomb site. And now 9Z have to go for a force buy, but they're up against a really strong buy from the Ts. An AWP is out, but Try's just taking it down.
Good start here for 9Z. We could be having a very back and forth game of Counter-Strike at the start of this one, Alex. It does make me think of our first day of South American Counter-Strike, including Havan Liberty, where we had the very close battle throughout the first couple of rounds here in Overpass. Maybe it's a common thing for these closely matched South American teams on this map, and Owlet getting the trade kill back for his team. We're into a 4v4 again. Try holding the top of Con. He's been pulled away, but still hits the shot on the flicked out left to the back. And now it's DRG left alone with the AK doing a good bit of work there. So 3v3, under a minute left. And DGT in this connector flight coming up the stairway. Al is ready, gets the right read, but will he expect the second player? Bit is here, and the surprise works out. It's a double kill for Bit on the FAMAS, and it leaves W1 alone in the clutch. 45 seconds. Bit has repositioned and has a decent angle for it. Well played from the veteran.
Wow, Bit showing up with some kills early. That's a great sign for 9Z. Normally not necessarily what you have to see out from him. The rest of this team are definitely stacked with skill, but if Bit can just have a couple of impact rounds like that, they could definitely be a difference maker. I love the way Bit played that too. Tucking into the corner early, a hard angle to try and clear out on that close one, and then he even repositions to an angle where he's just standing out in the open, so it's really hard to pre-aim that position. That's what gets him that final kill, and the bait and switch pays off for 9Z. This back and forth start continues, Dinko, and that was the shot to begin with. Try landing a couple of great shots with the scout. We heard the desk talk about how they want to see Try stepping up. He certainly started strong.
I mean, we seen him in the close qualifier, actually. When we went back and looked at those games, and Try was clearly the best player on the team. But the question we did have was, how many fastest does he have to his game? Because we didn't really see him tested up against Paqueta in that last matchup, right? It seemed like he just had so much space to play with. He was really doing well when he had all the space. And, you know, when he's in playing against more of a system, can he really function? Can he be able to deliver the same way he's able to do against teams that are a little bit more loose? I'm definitely looking forward to seeing if that's the case. Fun fact, keep your gun out. 9Z had the lowest 5v4 and 4v5 percentage after 2 days, but the rest... Oh, but the best utility ADR. Not bad. Round 4 coming up, though. T-side buy is certainly bad. They haven't got a whole lot to play with here, Alex.
This is going to be a rough one for them. A little bit of utility, at least, which they can maybe make the most of, but it's Max who lines them up. That's 3 kills. Oh dear, Havan Liberty not getting a chance to get anything going. Max might be on for the ace here. He's got the quad kill. Finally, Ala trades him out, but Max has done more than enough.
Yeah, that fadeaway on the 3rd kill, it's kind of ridiculous. He was actually just running back up the stairway when he hit the headshot. Nice little bit of surprise there in call for us. But we head into round 5. Havan Liberty were obviously destined to lose that round. But we come into this one, it's more of the same. It's just Glock, so not be the best start for Havan Liberty. 9Z grabbing control of this, and it's very good for them to win these rounds convincingly, especially that kind of round where, okay, Havan Liberty certainly have a weaker buy, but they still had some weapons that they might be able to do some damage with. Ooh. Not losing too many players allows the economy to build, and just running through the fire up middle, trying to put pressure on Try. It's actually worked out for 1 kill, but Max holding on at least, runs out of ammo in this rifle, and he will go down to DRG. Just too many Glocks jumping all over him. And now Bit with the MP9. He smells some money. I think he's got a good chance here to pick up some cash, and that's 2 kills. A 3rd as well. Bit just cleaning up, adding the money to his bank account.
Solid stuff from Bit after his players on A make a meal of some of those earlier fights. Maybe not quite expecting every single player to have just run through the molly. So having Liberty get a bit of damage out of that round, which is all good for them. 4-1 lead for 9Z early. It's a comfortable start for them on Overpass, but now we've got the gun rounds going. And this is where I'd love to see Havan Liberty try and play with those rotations. Try and force 9Z into uncomfortable spots. If you're a team who doesn't play much Overpass, those rotations can be really difficult to figure out. So let's see if that's Havan Liberty's game plan coming into these gun rounds.
Right now, Havan Liberty just playing across the map, slow default from them. Oh, good damage done on the W1 to start this one off. He's down to 40. Finally, first blood drawn. It's Max, but he traded out through the smoke. DRG knew there was nowhere he could fall back to. Could not run and hide, so the bullets chased him through the smoke. Now 50 seconds left. We've had a 1-for-1.
Forces the response from 9Z. This is where those rotations are called into question, but their rotates look good this time. They've got 2 CTs up on the A site, but Bit's been caught out early.
W1 and DRG going down low again. Nice pick out from Try, knowing he has to be the player to step up, and he's got that kill back into an equilibrium. Under 30 seconds left. 2 players coming out long. Flash out to the right side for Try. Re-smoke in from the CT side again, buying some time. Try knows there's a bit of a gap on the right side of that smoke, so he's holding it. There's that push up in the middle of the site that's held off by DGT. Try changed up his position, gets only the 1 kill, and now with 9 seconds left, W1 going for the bomb. He's gonna go for the plan, actually taps it in rocks. Does he go into the open? He does, and he gets the kill. 5-1 for 9Z. He was down to the risky play there from W1, hoping he could catch the player committing to the site, trying to stop the plant. There was risk involved in that, but you can see the idea.
That's despite 9Z having a really early rotate up to that A site, having 3 players effectively in position as the push was happening, and it still comes down to the 1v1. Trying to play for elimination instead of the bomb plant. Not meant to be this time round, but 9Z could be off to a really strong start here. They've got the 5-1 lead, and they've got a good chance to extend that in this one up against the Pistols.
Max is in behind him, pushed up long. Oh my god, he's whiffing this. He's making this look a little ugly. That HE is going to go soaring in. He does catch 3 players, and now he's just overrun. The Tech-9s come swinging around. Vultures to a corpse. And can slow down the kick. Here's this. Oh, Tech-9 brings the AWPer away. Now 5v3. Didn't quite catch the remix. Was there when I checked the player count. Of course, it is still looking very good for Havan Liberty. Just over a minute left here. 9Z have got decent positions. Again, they still have very solid weapons left as well, so they're certainly not out of this. They've got water control, so they can cut off that rotation back to B. If Havan Liberty delay the time, if they go around, that might catch out Rox. He's going to go pushing up into Con. They're going to be going for this B split, but Rox is actually taking a very good spot. They've got to check connector here. Flank as well. Oh, wow, look, just jumps down the ladder. And that's a very well played round from Havan Liberty. They've got the B side and should be the round now.
Bit's going to have to land some shots through the smoke, and he just doesn't think that's likely. Decides to back away, and that is a real frustrating round for 9Z. Up against the Pistols, they lose that early player. Something I was going to point out was that we had the stat come up earlier of 9Z losing the most 4v5s and 5v4s. And I think part of that might come back to just the way Max plays. Like, even though they lost their 2 maps against Sharks, Max has the 3rd highest opening kills per round in the tournament. But yet they're not able to close that out that often. And I think it's because in some of these situations, he maybe overextends slightly. You see that in that round. He goes down early, no backup for him on long. That might be something 9Z want to look into the future, because especially in this round, if a couple of CTs overextend, this is the kind of damage it can do to you.
I think the other worrying thing here for 9Z is, okay, they were up 5-1, but they did lose quite a few players, had a couple of close rounds. Like you said, in the previous, it's the fact that it should have been a convincing round, but came down to the 1v1. You know, that's going to put their economy on the ropes, and you can see just losing 1 here. They're down to 2k average across the remaining players. Of course, they got the save rifles and an AWP coming out, but they are really on the last line. So if they lose this one, Havan Liberty will have the economic advantage and probably getting close to tying up that scoreline. That's your 1xBet player, your impact player. So Havan Liberty have a great chance here, Alex. So just getting right back into the first half, equalizing the scoreline, perhaps if they win the next few.
It's also worth mentioning for Havan Liberty, in case you haven't seen this team before, this is their 6-man roster coming into play. Cake has come back into the lineup for Overpass. I believe he's come in for Doc, which is what we saw earlier. Yeah, this is something I was going to point out too. Remix is that the AWPer of the team has won the most clutches in the tournament so far. Very impressive.
Remix has been very impressive. We've seen him in the highlight reel getting into this matchup as well, just having some fun farming rounds. So I want to see more out of him. I think across the board, we've been relatively impressed by a few individuals in the South American tournament, right? We see some very gifted players. So I want to see that move on. And the most impressive thing, Alex, is, generally when you're seeing these up-and-coming teams and playing in their national teams in the region, you usually see like one player you think is very solid and move through and has a really good future. But some of these Brazilian and sort of mixed teams from South America as well, you just see a bunch of players. Like you can sometimes have like 2 players in the team that are solid, sometimes even 3. So there's a good depth of talent playing in the South American side of this tournament.
It's definitely getting to that point where we compared it to CIS earlier, where a few years ago it felt like CIS was starting to get a lot of those players coming through, but they weren't necessarily having the success at the tournaments internationally, or they weren't having the same chances to really prove themselves. It feels like South America is starting to get to that point where the popularity is clear. There's a lot of fans in this region. There's a lot of promising players. I think it's just going to take a bit of time to get that experience together. But they've got some good pieces, right? We've talked about how there's experienced people in the South American scene willing to help guide these players, willing to try and help be mentors for them and help them get to their best level. So hopefully we can see that come through. Right now, though, it's 9Z, 5-2 up, full buy for both teams, or rather full investment for both teams. A couple of missing pieces on either side. The very important round for both squads here. Whoever loses this won't be in great shape. Havan Liberty at least have some money in the bank, but this is really where 9Z have been put to the breaking point on their economy.
This long aggression looks like we're going to get an alt battle. Try peeking into the playground, and Remix wins it out. Havan Liberty have the man advantage into round 8 and that alt battle. You generally don't get to see the AWPers go head-to-head like that all that often, so it's good to see.
It's Remix who comes out on top. If you can shut down Try early in a couple of rounds like that, could definitely be a difference maker in this game. PGT peeking all the way into Monster, but he loses that battle, and now Rox is the only man watching Monster.
Oh, Rox, not getting anything, but the double nade from Max has pulled it back, and now Bit trying to get the 1v3. Let's see if he can pick up something here. There's another one, a second chance here. Just unfortunate, couldn't get the second kill onto Ala. Nice try. Havan Liberty will win the round, though. And they are starting to pull this back. 9Z's money, like we said, Alex, it has gone into the bin. 2K average across the board. If they just take the eco here, they can buy into the next one, or at least get their money up into a better spot. We'll see what they decide to do going into the next round, whether or not they go for the investment or the half buy. But Havan Liberty in a really good spot right now to try and tie up the scoreline.
And this isn't all that surprising, I think, based on the way those early rounds were playing out. It felt like 9Z were doing well to win the rounds, but it felt like sometimes they were having to fight hard to win them. And now that Havan Liberty have got their feet under them, they could be getting an AWP out in this round. They have stolen that away from Remix. The bomb should be able to go to the B site safely, but getting that AWP is something nice.
Yeah, he was alone, right? Didn't have anybody backing him up. So he was completely susceptible to that push from multiple players on both sides. Actually does very well to get the second kill there. But like you said, just taking the B site now, locking that in. I mean, they have a few players who are flush with cash, so you might see one decide to leave, but they're so far tucked into this B site that it's pretty likely 9Z just get away with this AWP. So good retrieval from them, really. Good idea coming into the round, overwhelming the AWPer. They probably found the best weapon as well to really isolate, but also take into the next round.
Yeah, it would have been a real stretch to buy an AWP of their own. I think they're getting $2,400 as a losing bonus. So it would have been a massive investment if they wanted to buy one.
Also, this kind of puts out of picture, right, the half buy, because if you, in a world you see this CT side and you kind of want to half buy sometimes when you get the 4K out, because you're not going to get the best utility, you're not going to get the AWP out, but when you save that AWP or you go and find it, you actually find yourselves in a very good economic situation, right? You can get that AWP out, you can get the utility, you can just buy the rifles around it. And just getting that AWP in that last round has put them in a very good buy situation in what could have been potentially a half buy. So good stuff here from 9Z.
9Z have been playing this 4B setup in a couple of these rounds now early on to try and counter any early aggression. That is leaving Max very susceptible on this A side of the map, though. He's got to be very careful about how he approaches this. If he were to go down early on A, it would leave 9Z scrambling to get back into position. I assume later on into the round, though, once 9Z realize it's not a fast B play, there likely will be a rotation back. But with Max committed to long, it's going to be hard for anyone to help him here.
Yeah, the thing is, if they take mid control, they can take a lot of A site very quickly. Luckily, they're going long with multiple players, and Max has got the perfect spot for it. That's the peek up. The first kill. Can he get the second? So damn close, but no cigar on the second spray down. A minute left. Rotation up to the A site has been made by Bit. He's in a better position. And Havan Liberty's long attack at the start of the round, I mean, reaps the 1-for-1. They get the long control, and they go back into middle.
Well, this is that information play that we know 9Z like to make, and they're going to feel much more comfortable that the B site has been cleared out now. They've got the water information they wanted. Bit remains alone on A briefly, but Try is about to rotate up with the AWP just before this execute is set up by Havan Liberty.
Bit's playing very advanced here. Playing anti-flash, goes forward with it, doesn't see anybody. One's got beyond. His crosser in behind the flower bed, and now Try, like you said, made that rotation to be impactful on the A side. He's delivered one, but his teammate's gone down and given away his hard work. He's looking for the player over the top of the smoke, and he's overrun. Kick, what a play! Over the top of the site, getting 2 kills, and that shuts out most of the chances here for 9Z. DGT is left alone. Bomb goes down with 9 seconds left, and DGT running back to the long bathrooms. If he had found Remix there, that would have been far better for him. He would have had bathrooms control, then can push up and try and play for the 1v2. But with not getting that kill and a 1v3 left, it's not likely he wins the round at all. And when you take one look at the economy, you can definitely see why he just wants to save into this round. Havan Liberty, they just have these playmakers that can just be so explosive in those late rounds and those tight situations.
It looks like Havan Liberty are quite comfortable, largely just sticking together right now. Cake's going to die to the bomb, but it doesn't matter that much. The money is so strong on Havan Liberty right here. This was that initial trade. Max fully committed to long. It allowed the rotate to come up in time, but Havan Liberty still have loads of nades left, and they've got the spray transfer of Cake to get onto the site. And it looks like Havan Liberty is so comfortable relying on their executes right now. 9Z are going to have to show that they can counter one of these execs. Otherwise, we might just see the T's run those over and over.
Looking to try and take water control quickly here on the T side. Boost is at the ready. It's actually kind of delayed here from DGT, so he has let those 2 players get below him. That noise, that sound cue should be there as well to check it, but the spam through. DGT getting the opening. And that's why you just take those opportunities, right? You just play percentage Counter-Strike. Didn't see anybody, so I'm going to spam down in this little gap in between the walls. If I get the headshot, perfect. Man advantage.
Now Havan Liberty have to be a little cautious. They don't let this round slip. Still those 2 rifles out for the CTs alongside some pistols. In comes the boost from the other side. Cake spotting that out. And he's going to move up onto the bomb site. Not much resistance here.
Try has a decent angle here up in heaven to watch the left side, but a perfect flashbang from Ala delivers a kill for Cake, and he wants more impact. And move forward, it's his teammates picking up the scraps though here. Deagle tries to make some sort of hero play from Bit, but it's not going to be enough. They do get 3 kills there, 9Z, but the round picked up for Havan Liberty, and they head into the lead. It's 6-5, and a buy finally coming out from 9Z again. It feels like these buy rounds always have a problem when it comes to the utility though, Alex. They haven't really had a full solid buy with everything you could possibly want yet. And that could be a big problem, especially the way Havan Liberty have shown a willingness to go for some of these late rounds.
Great utility usage by Havan Liberty in that previous round too, because they were out of smokes as they entered that B site. They used their smokes on the closer angles. They had, I think, 1 or 2 flashes left, and I was really concerned that they weren't going to look into heaven. I was concerned they were going to overlook the possibility of an AWP playing there. But the flashbang was absolutely what they needed just to get them onto the site comfortably, get that AWP out of the round, and give them the lead. After a slow start, Havan Liberty have come back into this one. And 9Z continuing with this 4B stack early, but this time they've got the aggression before any kills come through.
Rox has actually pushed all the way through Monster as well, and there's only one player guarding the bomb at the minute. It's going to come down to the duel if Rox goes forward, but oh, nice. W1 is ready. As the headshot, Rox comes back to try and take the duel at the tunnel, and the bomb is going over towards B. I have to say, with the way 9Z are playing the defense right now, if Havan Liberty just sprint up middle, they just win the round, I think, Alex. You know, you don't have the utility for some of these retakes over on this 4B stack. You know, it's looking real rough if Havan Liberty can figure that out, but they haven't really been poking and prodding in bathrooms early, so 9Z have been getting away with it.
Time's running low now.
Yeah, Max is flanked as well. That's another chance, but Al is still taking the headshot, and they're going to call for it. Where are they going to go here? I think they tried to go up connector, but with 10 seconds left, they can't win the round.
Oh my god.
Guys,
They go B now.
there's no time.
They don't have time.
You have to immediately plant, and Bit's just here waiting. Oh, God. Oh, that is hard to watch for Havan Liberty. Oh, that is just dreadful. I just don't want to see that round again, Alex. I don't even want to remember that.
Oh, the CT economy is garbage. It's garbage, though.
They should have won that. They got all the initial kills, Alex, and they just didn't go anywhere with it.
The thing, this isn't even that bad for them because that CT economy is so
that's true.
awful.
That's true.
Like,
that's true.
They should probably just win this straight back, funnily enough.
Yeah, but it's not a pretty round overall.
No.
Maximilian. Max has won more money playing CS than any other Uruguayan. 6th in all esports.
I wonder what the top Uruguayan player is playing. Probably like Fortnite or something.
Probably.
Who knows?
Who knows? Like played like one tournament, just made like $10 million or something.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Well, this is the buy we get coming out from 9Z. Switching their setup this time. They've got 3 players towards A and some aggression at the ready. Smoke goes down, but Max is going to be able to push all the way up. Remix in the meantime, pushing himself, looking for an early pick.
He's all the way up short. Now, will they expect the AWP to be posted here already? EGT going for the peak. Remix has got one, but again, he's pushed from so many sides. 9Z on the CT side have been very good at taking some space, getting aggressive, causing some problems. And Alex, you said, okay, Havan Liberty, they had the advantage in terms of economy. They might be able to just snatch this round back after their nightmare in the previous round, but it's not looking likely right now. They're a man down, so they have to try and work hard to get this back in their favor.
I think one of the issues Havan Liberty are having is that they're constantly grouping up in these rounds, and that is leaving them susceptible to some of these information plays that 9Z are going for. And this is one of those rounds. Max has pushed all the way through A, and Bit's going to bide his time from connector.
Whoa.
Oh, he doesn't get a single kill. And now Havan Liberty could be able to bring this round back, but they've got to be ready for a second man in con.
That's the issue right now. Do they expect the second player if they run back? But they get commit to B, and Max has a chance to flank. Now the defense on the B side just needs to hold on. They just need to not lose too many of these jewels and stay alive. But Max is coming in on this flank. His teammate did get one. That's one for Max. Now the last player inside of the site, and Max cannot win it. Havan Liberty take it over the line. It's damn close. Just 17 health points between both sides. And that's Havan Liberty at least getting that back after the nightmare round in the previous. You know, you said they had the better economy. They certainly did. It should have been a much easier round for them. But it comes down to just a 1v1 duel.
At least Havan Liberty do a solid job at taking the B site, even though it was stacked with a couple of players. They win the fights they needed to.
But it's, the difference in that round... The difference in that round as well is Bit in con, right? If he doesn't play trigger discipline there, if he just takes one kill, I think you know, that's how close that round really was. The 1v1 duel, and then we also had the Bit duel and con. I mean, this has been a real close battle from these two teams, and it's really heating up.
It's a funny first half because it feels like Havan Liberty have been pretty comfortably the better team, but because 9Z just got that really strong start, they won a couple of important rounds early. they've put themselves in a position where they've got a decent number of rounds. You know, it's not going to be terrible for them, whatever happens here. It's looking likely that 9Z will be going 8-6 down unless they can conjure up some magic with these pistols. You think these pistols got any magic in them, Dinko?
Who knows? I mean, we do see some of these Deagles, the CZs pop off, so we haven't seen anything too wild out of them just yet, but maybe they've been saving up all their mana for this round, Alex.
Oh, you got the technical terms. There we go.
I don't know. I play some of those games every now and then. I don't know if that's technically correct. Maybe someone else will correct me, but we'll see. We'll see if they've got anything. DRG's run forward deep into the A site. In front of the smoke, they're going to go for the boost over the top to try and help this Deagle out, but DRG spotted it. I think 9Z have gone for a couple of these boosts. None of them have really worked, unfortunately, for them. And they would have to be something just unbelievably powerful to win this round, Alex. Now, taking a kill on the AK starts off the proceedings for the T side.
Ooh, uncomfortable spray for Ala, but eventually he gets the kill he was looking for. Cake is going to get one of his own, and I think that puts this round to bed. Bit also following his teammates to an early grave. Golf claps in the background from the coach, and a couple of shots to the body.
Yeah, some BM coming in. You love to see it in an elimination matchup. We know how fired up these Brazilians and South American players overall can get. So, round 15, I'm actually really enjoying getting to see some of the other South American players. You know, so on the world stage, it's mainly Brazil has come out to play, but we know we've started to see the rise from the likes of Argentina. Now we're getting to see Uruguay come to the server. It's been real fun to see. And now heading into the last round of the half, we'll see which team will win the last round. Will it be Havan Liberty, who would love to put themselves up to 9, or 9Z to bring it to as close as you can get it at near 7.5?
Havan Liberty continuing their game plan of sticking together, and this time they're going to line up a fast B play.
Cake trying to get the opening. He's done a good job of trading back and out through Monster. The attack comes in, but the lineup is there from the rifle. DGT closes it out in style. It's time for a short break. We'll be bouncing right back into the second half. two teams battling it out for elimination here in DreamHack Open 44 South America. It's 9Z trailing behind, but only by one round. It's been a very close affair, and Havan Liberty want to try and win this map. But is their map pick coming into this one, Alex? We've seen a strong Overpass performance out of Ala on that CT side in their opening matchup of this tournament. That's what I'm looking out for in the second half.
Definitely. He's been continuing his excellent form on Overpass. Alec having a great start to this game. Hopefully that can continue for the CT side. Got a bit of a pause before we get into this second half. I don't know about you, Dinko, but it feels to me like Havan Liberty now in the lead, heading into their CT side. 9Z having to play on the T side of Overpass, which they don't play too often. It feels to me like at this point, Havan Liberty is starting to take over. I think they should be able to close this map out from this point.
I mean, it's still very, very close. That's the thing. So 9Z can definitely make it a brawl at the start of this, especially if they win the piss around in the next few. And I do put some stock in Bit on the T side. Hopefully he has a bit of a system here, but I would certainly agree. I feel like Havan Liberty eventually should be able to close this out for them. You know, it is an elimination game. A little bit of pressure on this one. We'll see if it's labored or whether or not they'll be able to cleanly close it out. They've done enough out of their attacking side, I think, to be in a comfortable spot for sure. This pits around is going to be one to watch. It's going to be a molly out for Ala. Flashbang as well. He's not only the star rifler on the team, but also picks up utility for them. What a guy. Gotta love that.
He's currently playing over on the B side of the map, though, and it's looking more likely that 9Z are going to pressure A. Remix is jump peeking right now. He's going to spot the early info, but he can't really contend for this site control.
Yeah, when you play back like that, you're just really relying on just maybe one kill here, and that's what Remix has got. He has to wait on the rotation from his team, who do have utility and also a kit in the hands of DRGs. They are playing this one retake. They're not only playing it retake, but they're playing it with a man advantage. Rox realizes that and realizes they're a man down, so instead of playing reactively, he's playing proactive and trying to get this kill back for the team, and he might just be able to get it in Bite moving forward into 3 players. He's still alive somehow. He's got the first kill, now under so much pressure, finally brought down. But it's a 3v4. Smoke onto the bomb. Again, the kit in the back of DRG. That can create some pressure. We've seen a defuse in the pistol round in the first half, and it's coming through again in the smoke. It's just the way to go, it seems, in these pistol rounds, and Havan Liberty picking it up.
You can see that Havan Liberty had a clear plan in mind for how to play that pistol. If the push were to come into A, Remix is going to try and do what he can, try and just play it safe, make sure that he stays alive more than anything, but he's able to get a kill playing that passive position, and then they set up that retake. As you pointed out, the smoke onto the bomb, always powerful. If the T's are going to play back from bathrooms, you can quickly take that site control and cause all sorts of chaos. And it's great to see that Havan Liberty had that in mind heading into the round, but conceding the bomb plant leaves options open for 9Z, and they've decided to take that opportunity to go for the force.
Yeah, it's also the fact that Glock is just so bad at hitting body shots, right? It doesn't really do so much damage. You know, you can actually just get into that smoke, and you kind of have to hit the headshot in the Glock if you want to get the player with the kit off the bomb. But like you said, conceding a bomb plant into these obviously allows for a very strong force buy from the T side, so they might just be able to pull this one back. DGT up short. There's currently a 2-man setup here for Havan Liberty. One at barrels, one deeper into the water pit. Got some util, but that's the barrels player down, and it's gifted away to them for free, really. Man down here, Havan Liberty, what's the adjustment?
Rotate is arriving to the B site. Smoke is up. W1 trying to play on the back of it, but as soon as he goes up, there are 3 T's looking at him. Al is able to get one with the MP9, but Cake is low on health and water, and it's just these 2 MP9s remaining. Finally, Cake chiming in, but here come the rest of the T's, and they're going to clean it up. The firepower comes through for 9Z, and they come back with a win on the force.
Yeah, good seizure of control early on into water, just grabbing that player barrels when he overextended, and that was really the first domino to fall. And then the adjustment having to be made. Those MP9s at long range are never going to be favored there either. So good stuff from the rifle, clearing up the B site, getting rid of the strong players in defense. And then Remix was really the one prone to the approach you maybe thought could get something done, but on the flank he's even found. So just a good round from 9Z, and that's the problem, right? You can win those pistol rounds playing retake, but you also have to consider it doesn't get any easier after winning the pistol round. You've got to go up against that force bite. And when you're on the CT side, Now, losing the pistol round, well, winning the pistol round, then losing the force buy, it's not great for the economy. So they're going to come back into things with deagles. 9Z should be favored in this one.
As long as they spot this short aggression, which Bit will be able to do. Labored spray on the first, but he recovers for the second headshot. I think that should seal the deal in this round. Havan Liberty might rotate everyone down to B, might just take a gamble at this point, but even if they stack the right site, their chances are slim at best. I mean, this is what we needed, Dinko. If we're going to have 9Z win this game, you know, they come through with the force buy, they come through with the individuals in that round. Well, now DGT is coming through, completely countering that boost.
Yeah, not a chance there. Just head up, boink, dead. Nice try. I mean, I feel like boost and overpass, you know, if you're doing some of the more common ones, generally in these slower rounds, people are looking for them. You know, you're just going to get your head torn off more often than not. But, you know, in these kind of deagle rounds, you've got to try something. And this is what I was talking about, you know, the fact that 9Z made a close half in the first. That they didn't win the pistol round, but they won the follow-up. And now can certainly make this more difficult for Havan Liberty. They're going to be up to 9 rounds.
Yeah, this is definitely their best path to victory, right? If in my head I was thinking of a way 9Z could steal away this map, it's got to come from winning a couple of key rounds and forcing the CT economy to be on the back foot. And that's looking like it may be a possibility here, because Havan Liberty will have to save into this subsequent round. I do like that Remix has kept a bit of extra money in the bank. He's focusing on getting that AWP out as soon as possible, because like Blair was pointing out earlier, he's had a lot of impact in their wins. So hopefully that AWP can come through once we get into the gun round. But first, they've got to deal with this round at hand, and they're unlikely to have much to work with. You got any advice for them in this round, Dinko? Any special strats up your sleeve to win this one for Havan Liberty?
I mean, I would just call Rush Connector. Rush Connector, if anybody's there, they're great. You get the first kill, probably. And you just push up and try and flank. That's generally my matchmaking go-to. But whether or not it would work at this level, probably not, Alex. Generally, anything I call probably wouldn't work at this level, so...
This isn't bad. I feel like we could call this the long rush.
Yeah, the long rush. But the difficulty is here. I mean, you just got to hope you can win long-range duels against better weapons. And actually, they've managed to do that. They've got a 1-for-1. They haven't picked up a weapon yet, though, so that is the small problem, but finally they got it. Ali has an AK, and when Ali has an AK, who knows what can happen? Maybe just save call, but he can certainly make magic with that rifle.
Definitely wouldn't mind seeing the save. Maybe even just give the AK to Cake, who has the Kevlar. And he could go ahead and save that. That's potentially an option, and the pistol players could try and see if they can get some exit kills. Ouch. DRG's just been dealt with. The boost has also been countered, so that Kevlar is gone. And I think Allah has no real choice now but to either save or maybe stick around for some exit kills.
Yeah, exit kills could be nice, of course. Oh, just want to get this AK. Molly, he's ready for it, but cannot get the spray down. 10-9, nothing saved there for Havan Liberty. They do get 2 kills out of a full eco, so not too bad. But now we come into the very important round, and you would like to see Havan Liberty win this one. You want to see them get their first gun round on the board. It is their map pick coming into this series. We've seen them be very comfortable in Overpass. We've seen them somewhat be specialists on this map. So if 9Z are to put pressure on them and even win the first gun round in the second half, you do start to worry for Havan Liberty.
And they might start to feel that pressure now on their map pick. They'll probably be feeling like they've been the better team, but it hasn't translated into as many round wins as they would want. And Havan Liberty will be as aware as we are that if they lose this, 9Z could start to run away with it. 9Z playing across the map to begin with. They threw 3 nades on B, but they won the first fight. Max getting an early entry, and Remix wants to get it back.
Remix is still pushing forward, like you said, trying to get this kill back. He's blinded and still hits the kill, but now he's caught in the open. Up in party, trying to get back, smoke down. Can he get into safety? He can. Cake is also there to back him up from those long bathrooms. Man advantage in play for Havan Liberty into a very important round. I'm interested to see what 9Z call in this one. Smoke fades away in bathrooms. Good peek from Cake. Instead of just playing passive in the bathroom, he goes for the extensive peek and wins the duel. And now Try chasing after him, knowing that they just need to get a few kills. And it's not worked for 9Z. They haven't been able to win these duels. And this is exactly the round Havan Liberty needed and would have wanted. So we go into a 10-10 scoreline, unless Bit can pull off a 1v4 with 30 seconds left. Yeah, I don't see this happening. Now, our prediction game might not be strong overall in the tournaments, Alex, but I'm pretty confident in this one. You know what? I'll go with 101% prediction of Bit not winning this round. It's probably the only prediction we'll get right.
Yeah. Definitely a safe call this time. I love how Cake played that round. Just the way he went back in for the mid peak and realized when you're playing on this right side of the bathrooms, if you just get that one kill on mid, it's really good to just fall back into the long bathrooms area, because then you can take those fights and hold the angle with the shadow advantage if you want to, or you can just back up to an even safer spot. It's a really solid round from Cake. You know, the flashy shot came in from Remix while blind, but just consistently getting kills was Cake. Heard those steps, pre-fires the corner. Lovely work from the sixth man. Ooh, hello, Remix.
Taking water control. Boost as well up here. Oh, I don't know if Alice spotted the like that. Would have had super sonic vision right there to be able to see the play around that corner. Superhuman abilities. And Alice going to get flashed on it. Now dropping through the smoke, giving up connector and playing from water instead. So 9Z do have connector control. They're going to actually waste a few pieces of utility, just making sure that they have got it. Very proactive defense here from Havan Liberty, right? They're moving all over the place, just being very dynamic. Started off the round in con, just seeing if they've got that control. Once they've taken water, they just fall back and change it up again with the 3 players up to the A side.
I think more and more teams are doing this now, where they try and get a bit of early info at B, they try and counter any early B play, and then they try and start to stack 3 towards A, assuming that's where the late round play is going to come through. The rotation from Cake has just gone away from the A site, though, and 9Z are starting to set up these nades. This should be heard by Havan Liberty, though. They've got the players up close to hear these nades being thrown.
Remix will be the player drawing the initial attention. He can drop behind a wall, use that as cover, but then this player, Ala, was always the player you're ready for. Just wanting him to pop off in the bait and switch setup, the attention taken away, but luckily tries quick enough for that sniper to get the trade kill, and it's mad advantage still in play for 9Z. Cake has peeked out to the left side, getting 2 kills, stopping the plant, and now with 8 seconds left, they're just trying to frag out, and they're not getting the kills. It's Havan Liberty in the last few seconds that just have so many bodies on that A site. 11-10, and they go into the lead.
9Z playing a somewhat similar game to Havan Liberty on this T side, trying to group up, trying to use their strength in numbers. The advanced, aggressive setup from the CTs gives so much time for the rotate to arrive. Cake was playing Heaven, but he was able to get back up to Truck because of that early info, and that play makes all the difference. Havan Liberty back into the lead, but 9Z continuing to come through with the buys. They've got 4 AKs out. Ooh, hello.
GG, good boost, always whiffing his lines though. There we go, Alex. Took a while, but you know, perseverance does get the kill, and that will be the opening for the T side.
First time 9Z have had a real man advantage, a clear 5v4 in one of these gun rounds. Let's see how they approach it. Well, they haven't got the advantage anymore, Dinko. Cake comes back with the boost.
Cake just playing from Water Pit, trying to move forward the flash as he was just fully blinded by Bit's flashbangs. And now our W1 trying to work in tandem to shut down this final B attack. They've done a good job of keeping it even, and W1's even gone one step further. His teammate Ala backing him up from Graffiti, and DGT with it all to do. He has taken the first step into the clutch, being aware of the possible flanks. Just covering all his bases right now, and Havan Liberty doing well not to give him these fights. Actually just sitting passive, letting him take the next step instead of forcing the issue. And DGT is going to bring the bomb into the middle of the site, trying to find a spot that's safe to plant. Finally doing so. And like I said, you know, just waiting for him to make the move, letting that bomb go down, and now they'll play as a unit together, crossing out from Graffiti. Ala makes the information play and gets the kill. Havan Liberty have been the better team, and I think it's in these late round situations as well, you get to see the extent of their discipline.
Another bomb plant for 9Z, but they don't want bomb plants at this point. They want round wins, especially once they got that man advantage. You see just how many CTs are down on this B site, though. I think Havan Liberty have really figured out what 9Z's game plan was coming into this T side. We're seeing these early rotates. We're seeing these early info plays. You know, the CTs, they boost into short there. They spot someone setting up some nades. They realize it is likely that B play. And they get a lot of players in position, able to stick around on that B site. Oh, there's the information. Damn, Elliot helping us out.
You know, Alex, I was, just before this, I was in the middle of making a tweet, you know, commenting on Box Ragnar Lothbrok beard. This is kind of weird how this has come up as I was just looking at it. But yeah, that's pretty impressive coming in. I think we start to forget about how much money's flowing around in the PUBG side of things. So, great stuff. But getting into round 23. 12-10, Havan Liberty. You have got the lead. This was your prediction heading into the second half. We thought if 9Z could get the start into the second half, they could put the pressure on the defense early. That was their best chance to get this win. It feels like Havan Liberty are now starting to pull ahead on the defense.
See if 9Z can show us something different here. DGT eventually able to get the trade kill. Max creeping up on A, but he's been spotted with the MAC-10. The AWP's going to go ahead and play safe on that A site. The bomb is currently at Monster. So this is going to get weird. DGT goes down. I think that should put the round back into standard issue. They can watch back towards Monster. Cake turning his back. Oh dear, he's going to die. Oh, never mind. I jinxed him. Well, that's awkward.
Yeah. And is certainly not the round 9Z would have been hoping for. Just getting bashed out of this one. MAC-10 of Max. So much to do. I'm gonna check the close corner. Doesn't really get caught by anything. Just hanging around outside of Monster now. And getting even close to this B side is going to be a real task. And now it comes the more difficult part, just even taking some of these jewels of the MAC-10. He runs closer to the site. He doesn't get anything. W1 with the rifle.
1 HP left for Cake at the end there. All calculated, of course. 13-10 in favor of Havan Liberty. And at this point, Dinko, they might be able to start taking some liberties. They're back into the lead. They're in control of this game. Don't want to get too ahead of themselves, though. 9Z have got a buy back out. This is where we need to see 9Z come through with something different. These site plays haven't been working. I'd love to see them try to play across the map in this round. Maybe pressure across the board. See if you can get a pick. See if you can force the CTs out. But Remix is the one who takes initiative and takes that AWP battle. He's been great in those AWP fights.
Remix has been really fun to watch in this tournament so far. I've been pleasantly surprised of what he's been able to bring to the server. I mean, Bly was singing his praises in the pregame, and certainly can see why. DRG playing close Monster anti-flash with the setup of W1, the bait and switch again. W1 takes that initial attention, and then DRG ready to strike. Now, no, W1 doesn't get a single chance there. DGT was completely ready for that. Now DRG, you really are starting to wonder if he's going to be checked as well. Now peeking into the open, the pre-fire's good. Nearly gets the second kill through that smoke on Bit. And he's going to have to change up his position going back from water. Again, if they pressure B site, which seems to be the call, smoke into heaven, they're going to have to deal with the pillar play and the barrel spot now as well. Boost trying to gather some info on what they're going up against if they are to go into B, but nothing reaped from it. They don't get any information.
It's another round where 9Z are probably going to run into the stack. To say that, the bomb's going back up Com, but they're taking the fights on B. They've got the 2 kills, and Bit cuts off the rotation. Remix with the lineup, but Bit's going to go running over to that A site. Remix has been winning clutches this tournament, Dinko. Can he do one more? Because he's on the wrong bomb site.
This would be an incredible clutch for Remix. This would be everything going right for Havan Liberty in the clutches here if he wins this one. Bit has committed to the A side. The bomb goes down. Now getting a close position. Remix, he hasn't got a kit here. He's still got that AWP and a flash as well. So when he eventually gets to the A site, he's not going to have time to check all of these corners. And Bit has a very good position to try and take the Oper down. You got to hit the quick shot, and Bit gets the clutch. 11 for 9Z. Remix, nice attempt there with a double kill, 1 bullet. Just couldn't get the final frag. But yeah, just winning these duels on the B side. That was looking like Havan Liberty's round, but just shows the individual skill here in 9Z.
Oh, that lineup is ridiculous. Excellent effort from Remix, having to land the shot on the player in front of him, and then fortunately getting the shot through the wall, but couldn't win the clutch. Got to give some props to Bit in that round too. I think that was the time to make that call where you finally show an ability to sort of fake towards a site and then bring the ball back somewhere else. Because you see that Havan Liberty just were not ready for that in any aspect. They weren't ready for a man to be sitting in connector, ready to go A. And now Havan Liberty's money has run dry, Dinko. They've got a couple of weaker weapons into this round, but they continue to have that AWP out in the hands of Remix, and we know that can be a very impactful weapon.
Remix. He's trying to get this opening over the top of the smoke. He's done a lot to try and reposition and grab it, but he might just get caught in the fallback. Oh, he has. He couldn't get back behind safety in the toilet. And gets caught by Max, who peeked with his teammate's flash, luckily getting the kill. So that's the opening for 9Z. And that's the issue, right? When you're fully committed as an AWPer on your own there, you haven't really got anybody supporting you, no utility even. So you've just got to hope you can run back fast enough. And when on 9Z, they have the second player pushed up close to middle already, the timing just doesn't work out for the AWPer there.
Havan Liberty taking a gamble stack on A, but this is more like it from 9Z. They're playing across the map in this round, so once Tri spots that aggression, I think they might realize they're probably better served going over to that B site. They don't want to run into a stack, and Rox goes off the angle at just the wrong time, but Tri sticks around. Second kill for him with the AWP. He might be in trouble here, though. 2 players surrounding him. Rox comes up to help. That AWP has been dropped, but the B site has been taken. This is going to be a round win for 9Z. It all just comes down to what DRG can do.
Well, he's got damage onto 1, but no kill for him. 13-12, Alex. 9Z still alive here in Overpass, making Havan Liberty sweat. And I think it might be a little more than just your average sweat right now, because look at the money here for the CT side. It's going to be tied up. We're in an elimination matchup on Havan Liberty's map pick, and 9Z are bringing them to the brink. Late game momentum is certainly something that you have to talk about, right? If a team's feeling comfortable towards the late stages of the game, they're peaking at the right time, it can be difficult for your opponent to get back into things. And 9Z want to ride that high right to the very end.
Long stack in this round. Try waiting because there are a couple of players about to come round the corner. Or maybe they're just going to stay stacked on long and hope someone peeks into them. They don't have the flashbang to go out wide. So it's Havan Liberty hoping they guess right. Oh, they can hear the player at party. They really want to go for this. And now that they do, Try's going to have free reign.
Oh, Max. Good kill for him. 2 in the round for him. And now Cake left alone. Pick 2000. Now Try does get actually 1 kill out of that somehow. Was expecting immediate death, but he makes a meal out of it. I think a little bit of chit chat there as well about possibly what went down. But 13-13. Bye coming in for Havan Liberty. This is a very important round coming up for them. No timeout, no pause at all. Just straight into the action.
And it seems like 9Z have shifted up the way they're playing slightly. They're playing much more across the map. They haven't been grouping up at the start of these recent rounds. This time, they are grouping up at B to begin with, though. And with that AWP of Remix peeking mid, the CTs have so much info.
Yeah, spray down from Cake. That's a good double kill. Bit and Rox taken down, and now they're trying to make the play through Monster. You gotta deal with the CTs having control of water and short, though, and they're gonna flush it out with a molly. That's going to allow the cross and the players to plant the bomb. And now Remix holding for the aggression. Try walks right into it. Remix with a second kill. And now it's all on DGT. And he is shut down as well. Remix with a hero round there on the hold. And Havan Liberty, they will go to 14. That's a very important round for them to win. And they don't just win it. They win it with 5 players staying alive.
That'll do wonders for their confidence and wonders for their economy. It means even if they were to lose this next one, they'd be in good shape. That aggression from Kate, completely cutting off one side of the push. And then Remix was the man who peaked mid alone at the start of the round. And yet he's the one who ends up rotating down to B to close it out. Great impact from Remix in that one. 14-13 lead for Havan Liberty. And 9Z trying to switch things up with a faster play, but the CTs were one step ahead of them. Oh, they might try a fast B again, Dinko.
If they go here again,
no.
W1 and DRG might get caught with an ace. They're going to throw them on in. It's deep, and the spray is good as well. It's 1 kill, so now you're really looking at DRG to step up. 2 kills would be huge for him. He's got 1 already. Looking to wrap around the left side of the smoke. He can't get the second kill, but Cake is here now. And he's got 1. He's followed up and finished off the work his teammate started. And the spray through the smoke gets 15. Havan Liberty have taken the last few rounds at the right time. And the money is on the line here for 9Z. They're going to be scraping the bottom of the barrel, trying to find something here. It's going to be a few AKs in play, but the rest of the team going to be suffering. And Havan Liberty, it might just look like to get Overpass over the line in what has been a real brawl.
Hala and Remix have been a very powerful 1-2 punch in this game. Top fragging for their team. It's another fast B.
They just ran B again, over and over again. DRG this time getting the 3-man spray down. And try with the MAC-10. DGT with the AK. They're against 4 players. I have drawn 1. And now on Havan Liberty, they just need to sit back, take a deep breath, and realize they've got this round in the bag. They've got this map locked in. It's just about making the right play and the right rotation. They had the 4v2, but one of those players has fallen. So now they're just trying to figure out what they're doing. 9Z have just made the rotation back. They've left B and are walking up middle, still with over a minute left. Due to how quick this round has been. Currently, you have got 1 player up here, and it is the danger man of Remix with that AWP. You should be banking on him getting at least 1 pick in this mid spot. Spots the arm. Oh, he's going to miss the shot. Now going again. That's the bomb dropped. It's all on DGT left alone. He runs forward for the fight, and Remix locks it out. Overpass. What a brawl it was, but it's Havan Liberty that take the